Welcome once again to that show of shows, the must-see TV on YT, Pigskin Facts, History and News. Welcome, Skins Nation. Once again, I'm your host, Fred, and we have a shorter segment today, and at the end of this, we lost a Redskin great. But first, like I was picking up last time, and I asked you guys three questions. First question. The Redskins, I asked you last time, when did the Washington Redskins and Detroit Lions start their rivalry? When did the Washington Redskins and the Detroit Lions start their heralded rivalry in football? Answer, 1932. 1932. The Redskins, however, are winning, Hail Nation, are winning that series to this date. Question number 2. Who are the three winningest coaches in Washington Redskin history? Who are the three winningest coaches in Washington Redskin history? One of them is a no-brainer. If you're a longtime Washington Redskin, or if you're an old school Redskin fan. I consider myself an old school, but there's a coach that's from the old school, way back. Okay. Joe Gibbs is the winningest coach in Washington Redskins history. He has a record of 145 wins, 87 losses, and his tenure was from 1981 to 1992. Of course, you know he took the Redskin teams to 4 different Super Bowls, winning 3. And his second stint was in 2004 through 2006. Also, he's the winningest coach in Redskin playoff history. Number 2, the second winningest coach in Redskins history is George Allen. And he compiled a record as a coach of 67 wins, 30 losses. And his coaching tenure was from 1971 to 1977. Took the Redskins to the Super Bowl in 1972. Of course, they lost that game to the Miami Dolphins, 14-7. Number 3, the third winningest coach in Redskins history is Ray Flaherty. And he coached right around the time when the Redskins first started off as a franchise. Not too long after. They started in 1932. He became coach from 1936 to 1942. I believe the Redskins had won 2 championships between those years. And he compiled a record of 54 wins and 21 losses. Pretty good. Okay, third question from the last segment. Who have the Redskins hired? What is the Redskins have hired? Excuse me. Let me rephrase that question. The Redskins hired an assistant female coach. Who is she? And where does she stand in history? The Redskins hired a female assistant who was actually an intern for the Carolina Panthers under the Ron Rivera regime. And of course, now Ron Rivera is the Washington Redskins coach. The first female coach, assistant coach, is Katie Sowers. And she's on the San Francisco 49ers. Her team went to the Super Bowl. And she was the first female hired as an assistant coach. Second female hired as an NFL assistant coach. Her name, Jennifer King. And she becomes the first African-American female to come aboard as an assistant coach for an NFL team, Jennifer King. Okay, we have a shorter segment today, and we're going to end it. And unfortunately, yesterday, a Redskin great, a Redskin legend has passed, and I'll share that with you in a couple minutes. But first, Redskin news. From the last time, it's been a while since I've been on, so get you caught up. The Redskins, we traded up for a quarterback, and we got quarterback Kyle Allen, who played with the Carolina Panthers last year under Coach Rivera. And we got a 5th-round pick for that. Also, we've picked up former Tampa Bay Buccaneers running back Peyton Barber. So he signed to a 1-year deal, as is Allen. Also, from the DMV area, former Philadelphia Eagles cornerback, former Philadelphia Eagles cornerback Ronald Darby, who is from the DMV area, has signed on with the Redskins for a 1-year, $4 million deal. And Quentin Dunbar, our former quarterback, got a little salty about that. He made a comment about that. Quentin Dunbar, of course, you know, our very good cornerback. And it hurts. He got traded to the Seattle Seahawks. And in exchange for that, we got a 5th-round draft pick. So we got our 5th-round draft pick back, giving that up for Kyle Allen in a trade, but we got it back. I think we're a little lower on the board as far as the 5th-rounder, but that's okay. We need as many picks as we can get. Let's see. The NFL draft will go on as planned, April 23rd. However, it will not be in Las Vegas as it was originally scheduled. So the Redskins and the Dolphins are already talking about, quarterback Dwayne Haskins are talking about having a virtual draft party. So you can look into that if you're interested. I just look forward to the draft period. I'm excited, and all this talk about should we draft Chase Young or should we let somebody move down and take our spot and we get a number of picks. My personal opinion, let's get the defensive end. He's a generational talent that doesn't come around every year. So we definitely need to bolster our defense. Hey, defense wins championships. So let's get this guy and let's do the doggone thing. And let's have a great year. Okay, that's about all that I have. Everybody out there, be safe. I know it's rough being at home sometimes. I enjoy staying at home, so take full advantage of it. Hey, take advantage of it, and prayers. Get those prayers up to the man in the sky, and we'll all get through this. Okay, sad news yesterday for the Redskins organization. Sad news also to the NFL. Former Redskin great and legend, running back / wide receiver Bobby Mitchell has passed away at the age of 84. Bobby Mitchell, definitely, he was a trailblazer for the Redskins. He made history. 1961, George Preston Marshall integrated the Washington Redskins roster by drafting and taking in their very first black player. So Bobby Mitchell broke the color barrier, 1961, for the Washington Redskins organization. And he was a great one. He was fast. He was dynamic on the field. He was a receiving threat. He played running back, took punt returns, kickoff returns, but as wide receiver, he was one of the most dangerous, and he was very fast. For his career, he had 14,078 combined yards, kickoff returns, punt returns, receiving and rushing. He had 91 touchdowns, which was ranked 5th at the time. Bobby Mitchell was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1983. 1983. He came out of Illinois. He was drafted in 1958. He was drafted. Played 11 years, 1958 to 1968. He played with the Redskins from 1962 to 1968. He was 6 foot tall, 192 pounds. Uh, he was a great one. After his career, he was a Washington Redskins front office executive. He did that for a long time. He was he was in the front office for like 3 decades, and that saddens my heart because he made history, and the Redskins have always made history. And Bobby Mitchell, he was definitely a great one. Um, for those of you that are watching, thank you for watching. Those of you that are watching for the first time, hit that subscribe button, the red button down below. If you have any comments, um, anything you want to say, please feel free, scroll down to the comment section. I love to hear your comments, and I'll reply to you. And those of you that have already subscribed, spread the word. This show is going to improve. There will be improvements made, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. And let's take a second. We're going to bow our heads in silence in respect to Bobby Mitchell. Thank you for watching Pigskin Facts, History and News, Hellskins Nation. I'm your host of hosts, Fred. Let's take a moment of silence.